For decades, our country has been looted, pillaged, raped, and plundered by nations near and far, both friend and foe alike.
Strong words from President Trump as he introduced one of the largest rounds of tariffs in U.S. history. Thanks for joining us. I'm Lori Johnson.
And I'm Frank Malloy. Right now, we are seeing the effects of the Trump administration's new tariffs. This is a live look at the drop in the stock market today. The drop well over 1,000 points, nearly 4%. The market officially closed at 4, with its worst drop since 2020, the start of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Wednesday, President Trump announced the tariffs, calling it Liberation Day. The taxes on foreign goods will affect nearly every country the U.S. trades with.
The United States is the world's largest importer of goods, and now almost everything you buy could see a price hike. In just a few days, a Middle Georgia State University economist says you can expect to see increases on food, clothing, even your phone case. Greg George says businesses will probably ask you to take on extra charges. He says whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle, this will affect you.
I even hear the president saying this. There's this assumption that tariffs are somehow good for the economy. They're not. They are painful. They are a tax increase, and they're a tax increase on U.S. consumers and U.S. businesses who rely on these cheaper imports. And so it will hurt. This is not a thing that we're winning. Trade is not a game that you win. Trade is a game you participate in.
Greg George says the goal is for countries to remove their tariffs on the U.S., and the U.S. would do the same in return. But he says it is a risky plan that will impact all consumers.
We've been following the stock market for you all day. Major indexes took a dive after President Trump announced those new tariffs. For many people, these tariffs are sparking concerns about inflation and the potential for a recession. We spoke with financial advisor James Griggers about how the tariffs affect consumers. Griggers says the tariffs are a political tool and consumers may feel the pain of inflation. He and other financial advisors offer advice on safer investment options.
Typically, the safest investments you're going to find are government-backed securities. So whether that's U.S. Treasuries, certificates of deposit, some agency bonds.
This is just the beginning, and it's the beginning of negotiations. So don't react, don't sell out, don't do anything drastic. Just stay in the news and read what's true.
Major banks, including Goldman Sachs, have raised the probability of a recession in the next 12 months to 35%.
In just the past couple of hours, the first retaliatory tariffs in response to President Trump's move have been announced. Erica Brown with more today from the White House.
Markets tumbled Thursday as nervous investors reacted to President Trump's sweeping new tariffs.
The markets are going to boom, the stock is going to boom, the country is going to boom.
Trump previously acknowledged there may be some temporary pain as a result of new tariffs, but says they are necessary to bring manufacturing back to the U.S.
We're up almost to $7 trillion of investment coming into our country, and you'll see how it's going to turn out. Our country's going to boom.
And across the board, 10% tariff on all imports is set to begin Saturday. Then added reciprocal tariffs start next week. The administration's 25% tariff on all foreign vehicles and auto imports kicked in at midnight. Canada, one of America's largest trading partners, says it's retaliating against the auto tariffs.
By matching the U.S. approach with 25% tariffs on all vehicles imported from the United States that are not compliant with CUSMA, our North American Free Trade Agreement.
And car maker Stellantis says as it continues to assess the tariff impact, the company will lay off roughly 900 U.S. employees, at least temporarily, and is pausing production of facilities in Mexico and Canada.
Today, a bill was introduced that would require the president to notify Congress before implementing any new tariffs, and it would then need approval from Congress to remain in effect. The response from Congress is just one of many reactions from around the world, with leaders of other countries bashing the president's decision.
For Australia, these tariffs are not unexpected, but let me be clear, they are totally unwarranted.
Nobody wins in a trade war. That is not in our national interest.
All businesses, big and small, will suffer from day one. From greater uncertainty to the disruption of supply chains.
That was the reaction from Australia, the UK, and the European Commission. They say they will hold off on retaliating for now, stressing they are ready to negotiate with the U.S.